Welcome to Homework Lib.
Hi, so for this question, we're going to have a reaction in between hydrochloric acid plus calcium hydroxide. And this reaction is a 2-to-1 reaction in order to generate water plus calcium chloride. And we have different trials. The first one, we have 20 of HCl. I'm going to put in here volume HCl and volume of calcium hydroxide. We start with 20 and 80. For B, we're going to have 40 and 60. C, 50-50. D, 60 and 40. And finally, E, we're going to have 80 and 20. And both of the solutions are 1 molar. So, in each of the trials, if we do the multiplication of the volume times the concentration, we would get the amount of mole that we have on each of them. So let's call the product of 20 times 10 to the minus 3 times 1 molar, which is 2 times 10 to the minus 2 mole. Let's call this quantity x, just to simplify a little bit, to get the amount of moles that we're going to get. So in solution A, we're going to have x moles of HCl and 4x moles of calcium hydroxide. In this case, we're going to have 2x and 3x. Here we're going to have 2.5x, 2.5x. Here 3x and 2x, 4x, and 2x. Now let's look at what is going to be the limiting reagent. X amount of HCl can react with 2x of calcium hydroxide. So in this case, the limiting reagent is here. Next up, 2x amounts of HCl can react to X amount of calcium hydroxide. This comes from, let's say that we have 2x mole, 2 mole of HCl corresponds to 1 mole of calcium hydroxide. So, corresponding to X. So in the first one, 1/2 of X is going to react, so the limiting reagent is going to be HCl. Over here, the limiting reagent is still going to be HCl. On this point, 2.5x, that is going to react with 1.25 of calcium hydroxide. So we are still having the limiting reagent in purple. Next up, 3x amount, it is going to react with 2.x of calcium hydroxide. So now the limiting reagent in this case, the limiting reagent, it is still going to be this one, x, because we're going to react with 1.5. So this is the limiting reagent still. And at this point, now the limiting reagent, it is going to be the calcium hydroxide, because 1x of calcium hydroxide corresponds to 2x of HCl. Perfect. So out of all of this, in which one the more amount of substance it is going to react? Well, in the first one, only X portion reacts. Here 2x, here 2.5x, and here 3x. And what happens over here? X reacts with 2x of hydrochloric acid. So which one is going to have the largest heat? The correct answer is going to be D. Next up would be C. This would be on second place. On third place, E and B are going to be tied up because the amount that is going to react is going to be the same. And in the last place it will be A. So the correct answer, the one that is going to produce the largest temperature increase, it is going to be D. because that's the one that reacts most of the substance added. And that would be all. Thank you very much.